The year was 2020. Overrun by institutional investors, all the properties on planet Earth were overpriced. But one investor didn't give up. He knew of a new area where he could find higher cap rates and higher returns. So join Bryan as he goes to the planet Batuu and becomes the first intergalactic investor on his quest to buy it, rent it, and profit.
Say? No? No? All right, Nate, you think he's ready?
He's ready.
He's ready.
What's going on, B? How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man.
Good, man. It's good to be here on the
planet Batuu.
Planet of Batuu. Man, a lot of activity out here with all the First Order and the
tons of activity
and the Resistance.
Yeah, got the First Order out here looking for members of the Resistance. Trying
Absolutely.
to shut that down. Yeah, a lot of activity going on, but you know, as real estate investors, man, I mean that's the opportunities to come to the go to the areas where you feel like there are opportunities.
Absolutely.
To catch opportunities on the rebound.
That's right.
So we knew that this is a market. We've heard that this is a planet that's in transition.
There you go.
So after a major downturn and seems to be some sort of governmental coup.
Yep.
So yeah, man, come here to look for the opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, we're making sure that we're taking advantage of the opportunity as well. We got our droids with us, helping us evaluate some of these target areas.
Yeah, these guys are wonderful, man,
absolutely.
in processing the SEOTA information.
Yep.
Strategic evaluation of target area for those who don't know. So yeah, these guys have been awesome.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Is so last week we did talk about strategic evaluation of target area. Let's talk about that more. We're in a new territory. A foreign, planet. What are some of the things that you should be looking for if you decide to invest outside of your neighborhood?
Outside
of your galaxy.
The main thing is identifying always identifying the employment. First of all, how stable is from a macro micro level, how stable is the government? Of course, that's a major issue here. The instability of this particular planet,
right, with
the First Order and the Resistance and the issues going on there. But when you can kind of navigate that and kind of forecast,
right,
and kind of see, who do you determine who's going to prevail?
Yep.
Somewhat like back on planet Earth, you're looking at what's going on, the transition between, could be, the White House, or it could be a change. We don't know quite how that's going to shake out. So you got to kind of plan for both. If the Democrats obtain the White House or if the Republicans retain it with Donald Trump,
exactly.
What does that look like? So being able to forecast is very similar to what we're doing here.
Yep.
You're just looking at employment. We're looking at, really, what is the strong employment sectors.
Yep.
And then once we identify the strong employment sectors here, then we kind of narrow it into the demographic and psychographic of the people here on Planet Batuu, and then really kind of try to forecast their needs
exactly
moving forward.
Sorry, we're gonna have to hold on 1 second. We got some stormtroopers coming in for a second. So that's one of the biggest challenges is that even though we see a lot of jobs here, you got stormtroopers running around. You got Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a strong presence of the First Order.
Yeah, absolutely,
sure.
Absolutely. And yeah, we do see a lot of job growth here and a lot of positive things. And so, what are some other things? I mean, like as you're evaluating properties. In another.
That's just it. That's a good question.
Yeah.
We're not really here to evaluate properties the first couple of days.
Yep.
We're really here to kind of evaluate the overall economy.
Absolutely.
And try to get our finger on the pulse of this instability of the First Order.
Right.
And the interaction between the issues between the First Order and the resistance.
Right.
And just forecasting, how much issues is that really going to cause, and what kind of downward pressure is that going to put on value?
Yep.
On employment here? We have to kind of weigh out, our options here. Obviously we feel like the First Order is probably going to lock this area up.
Yep.
They have already. So, what are they bringing in? What new policies are they going to be bringing in? What new taxes are they going to, be implementing? Really navigating that.
Yeah.
Then once we navigate that, we feel confident. These guys are really doing a great job of grabbing that data and helping us out.
Yeah.
Big shout out, right, man? Big shout out. So these guys are doing a wonderful job grabbing that data. Once we go through that and comb through it, our SEOTA process here, then we'll start looking for the actual real estate.
Right. Oh, that's phenomenal.
Matching up.
Yeah.
Matching up the buildings with the demographics and psychographics, because at the end of the day, just like on planet Earth, it's not about the buildings. It's about understanding the demographics and psychographics of your prospect tenant, and then taking that information and finding the right type of building or real estate opportunities.
Absolutely, and it's tough because it's such a beautiful area. It's easy to get kind of romantically attached to this and want to immediately invest. You want to say that you're the first investor in a new market.
Right.
And it's really, you have to keep your eyes open.
Being first here. Yeah. Also, there's these risks. We talked about these cap rates here on the Planet Batuu, 15 to 18%. But when you have 15 to 18% cap rates, you have a lot of risk.
Right.
So that is why you have this type of return. So the lower the cap rates, it's going to be the lower the risk. You're not going to see all these issues that you see here on this planet, the instability, First Order, resistance, these civil wars going on. There's a lot of uncertainty on this planet, so that uncertainty should provide you with a higher cap rate.
Absolutely.
So lower cap rates means, the economy of the planet is going to be, much more stable. So you just have to factor that in, what I mean? It's risk.
Right.
It's risk.
Well, I don't want to say speaking of risk, but I want to take it back to planet Earth.
Back to planet Earth.
We just saw a report about the top 10 rental markets in the United States of America.
Right.
And 3 of them, one was Orlando, was St. Petersburg,
Tampa,
and Tampa.
Yep. Jacksonville.
Jacksonville was on the list, exactly. And then we had a few, so Ohio, honorable mention. They were on the top 10, so not honorable mention, but Ohio. And we got some Houston, Texas as well.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? As you moving into 2020, looking to acquire new properties, how's the prospects looking for Tampa? How are you feeling as an investor?
Yeah, it really points to the employment, and then it also points to the cost of living. So, you're always going to make that list when your employment is strong and the cost of living is that ratio is a ratio that makes sense for a certain demographic. At the end of the day, you're always, the local economy from a macro level, micro level. Is strong, like the city of St. Pete, Tampa does a great job. Orlando, the city of Orlando, does a great job. So you're gonna, it's just really hone in. If you hone in on the employment, you're gonna hone in on the opportunities.
Right.
Bottom line.
Absolutely. No, it's exciting times. And then, as far as education and training, what are some of the things that you're working on now that people can get involved in?
Yeah, man. We have the multifamily matrix.
Yep.
The multifamily matrix is the go where is the place where most real estate investors, Intergalactic are, earthbound.
Exactly.
Those guys, most people are logging in to the multifamily matrix. We're going to be putting on in 2020. We're going to be putting on our certification, apartment syndication, asset management, and property management certifications. Excited to bring those out, I believe, in May.
Right.
Constant updates of education and training in the matrix. We're shooting videos pretty much on a weekly basis to add to the matrix. So really just go to bryanchavis.com, man.
Yep.
And if you're interested in multifamily investing, you're interested in investing in duplexes, small apartment buildings, this is the place that you want to be. You want to be in the matrix.
Absolutely. I had a chance to talk to Jacob Blackett. He's the founder of Syndication Pro.
Okay.
Actually a syndicator as well.
Yeah.
He actually joined the matrix. He's going to now be a part of our matrix.
Awesome,
so we've got other syndicators that have also owned hundreds of units as well, which is really exciting. And he absolutely loved the matrix, what he saw your training and everything, so he was really thrilled.
Well, that's a big shout out to you.
Yeah,
You're the mastermind behind the
combination of both,
behind the design of the matrix.
Hey, it's not my knowledge though.
That's a tip of the hat. Yeah, but we wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you and weren't for the skill sets that you bring to the table. So the matrix, man. When we talk about the matrix, man, I tip my hat to you and what you've done and what you continue to do for not only me personally but the brand and where we're headed, because you're opening a lot of things up to individuals that may not have access to that knowledge. I didn't have access to it. Thank God for the multifamily industry. I would have never had access to the knowledge. I would have just come out of high school, tried to play basketball. Once that stopped, I'd have been looking around trying to figure out,
right.
What do I do? What do I fall back on? So at the end of the day, the multifamily matrix is making education and training possible.
Absolutely.
Advanced topics, finance, underwriting, property management, asset management.
Correct.
I mean, where do you go to get all this in one place 24/7?
Yep.
Rubbing elbows with some of the greatest minds in the business.
Yep.
You helping these individuals develop their marketing and developing their own brands.
Correct.
I mean, where do you go to get that? So man, I'm excited.
And then finally, talking to people who actually own multifamily, or you've got people who have properties that they're looking to sell. We have investors ready to buy properties. We have assets available. So I want you to speak to that a little bit. Just reaching out to folks that are looking to get rid of properties, offload them, those off-market deals.
So if you're an investor and you're out there prospecting, bird dogging, and you have multifamily opportunities off market, please bring them to us. We are buying apartment buildings cash.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's so incredibly competitive that we've actually had to come to a different planet to look for opportunities. So, please, we will buy cash or credits on the planet Batuu credits. Exactly. But we will buy apartment buildings cash. So if you're out there and you got great off-market deals, please visit us at chaviscapitalre.com or visit us on bryanchavis.com or our Facebook pages. And please keep those off-market deals coming. Keep our pipeline full because we are buying.
Absolutely. All right, man. Well, we're going to go grab a little green milk and put together a couple of lightsabers. So, B, man, thank you so much for flying out here to this other planet with me, man. It's been a blast. It's out of this world. And, looking forward to speaking with you next week, man, as always, man. So,
absolutely, man. Looking forward to being back on the planet Earth.
Absolutely.
And doing our, picking up where we left off in the podcast.
All right, brother. Take care, man. Talk to you soon.
Be blessed.
Thank you.